This design is created for a yard with an extreme slope. And while most people never have a yard like this or have to deal with something like this, there are still some good ideas that someone could use for a lesser slope, or even to create something like this intentionally. Now this yard is, we had to do something for this out of necessity, but you could use these ideas if you wanted to create, say, a sunken patio or a raised sitting area or something like that. This yard slopes. There's a 6.5 foot drop from the edge of the home to this fence area out here, which is only 22.5 feet. So that's quite a quick drop on this area, and it also drops 2.5 feet from this side to this side. So we had to address it from two different angles. We're going to look at the overview of this design, and I'm just going to show it to you as an idea base, and I'll get into more details on different aspects and creating the design, building the design, and elements, textures, and such in other videos. But we just want to look at this, and so I could show you this design. Looking at it from down here, this is what we see. It turned out really nice. It's very clean, a very clean design, and very structured. Now, there wasn't a lot of engineering that went into this. It's really very simple. Of course, we created four different levels, and so we had to calculate a little bit, and we'll talk more about that in another video. But it really wasn't that hard. You can see we used the type of retaining wall that you can get at your home center, your local home center. So this type of wall is definitely a do-it-yourself thing. Now, it's to the extreme here. It's as high as I would take it. I wouldn't take it another brick higher. It's from the other angle. You can see how we've created the levels and how they help not just with the slope itself, but we've created planting areas with it. Of course, there will be less runoff because of the way we've created this. And another angle that you can see it at. You can see the rail up here that we've created, and of course that's a safety feature. Not that anybody would just walk right off the edge of this, but it could happen. So of course that's a necessity in my view. From the very top, on the other end, you can see you can really see the whole thing, and how it is a really neat garden with a lot of character, other than just if we were to, which is possible, just to slope this all the way up here. It's, you know, it's 100 feet, and it's a 2.5 foot drop, so it's not extreme in that angle. However, I do believe this has a little bit more character to it. The drainage, which I'll talk about in another video, is created through this area underneath this gravel, which again it flows off of this side because this yard is enclosed. It's got fence all the way around it, so with a large rainstorm, this little yard has the potential of turning into quite a lake. So of course we created drainage, which we had to punch holes through the fence to do so. There's another angle looking up at the largest set of steps, which we created out of concrete, and they're comfortable. They're a comfortable drop, which we will have a rail, a safety rail here. You can see we're preparing to do it, but I wanted to get this video before we had the rail in, so that not to obstruct the view. But as you can see, there will be a safety rail coming down this side as well. This was also our first attempt at creating or pouring stamped stained concrete, which, as you can see, turned out quite beautiful. It was a very easy project to do, and as you can see, it's a beautiful element. And if you could imagine this with regular gray concrete, I think you can see how important this was in this design as an element. Couple of more angles of this. You can see, of course, these are going to be planted in, these areas here, this bed and these beds, and this area here will be left as a buffer, as these hedge cotoneasters will actually fill in this pretty much most of this area down in here. So we do have bed areas here, and there will be no plants in the top area due to the fact of the amount of water that it can potentially be dumped on here. We just don't want any access or any way for the water itself to erode naturally or otherwise. And another look at it all the way from the base, from the patio sitting area, which is this area down in here. You were looking at it from this angle down, and this set of steps here we took out of the design. I don't know if you noticed that, but we took this out of the design. It's, like I said, 6.5 foot, 6 feet from this edge here to this edge. Actually, 6 feet drop from here to here. So these steps would have had to have come all the way out in here for a comfortable rise. So we decided to eliminate them, with this being the main access, which I think was a really good move, which gave it a lot of character, just taking those out. Anyway, this is the looking up the other direction. I'll go into more detail on different aspects of this design, and the building of the walls and what's behind them, and just other points to this design in other videos. So look for more videos from us, thelandscapedesignsite.com and landscapingvideos.com.